Okay, now let's have another person shaking hands with me. तो यहाँ से आएगा, इधर से आओ और you have to extend your hand. Okay, super. This man looks very tough, but he is prepared to accept the other person's opinion. He is prepared to accept the other person's superiority. Yes or no? Agree. So he agrees with me. Thank you so much. Is there somebody else who wants to shake hands with me? Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. He tends, because of his size and probably he exercises a lot, so his hand grip is very strong. That also indicates that he may be adamant. अड़ जाता है जिस बात पे, आसानी से छोड़ता नहीं है. लेकिन he agrees to accept the other person's point of view. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now imagine so much can be said by just shaking hands with me. कोई और हाथ मिलाना चाहता है? सब H2O वाले? Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you. छोटा है और खोटा है. He likes to dominate. Yes or no? हिटलर भी छोटा था, नेपोलियन भी छोटा था. ये सब जितने छोटे लोग हैं ना, they try to dominate the world because their height gives them a disadvantage, and they want to overcome it by being aggressive, by being domineering, etc. Okay, this is what it says about you. ये जब मैं आपको जो बता रहा हूँ, ये आप भी अपने आप बता सकते हो. You want to know that? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, now let's understand how I say that. जब आप हाथ मिलाते हैं और आपका प्रेशर हाथ का ऊपर से नीचे की तरफ आता है, that means your hand turns like this and the pressure goes like this. It basically means you like to dominate. Okay? Once I was doing a session, we had an inaugural session, and Sunil Shetty was our brand ambassador. He was attending the session and I was doing a session on body language. So I asked him to come and shake hands with me. He shook hand like this. His hand was like this when he shook it with me. Upar se he is that physical guy who almost crushed my hand. So if somebody gets a hand like this, what does it mean? Extremely dominating. This is straight, which is democratic. This is domineering. This is accepting dominance. And this is, don't believe this man. Politician's handshake. Okay, so this was domineering. And then when the pressure goes from bottom, goes up and hand turns like this, it is accepting domination. This is that double clasp. This is called a politician's handshake. And why do politicians shake hands like this? They normally say, trust me. Because they know nobody trusts them. So they use both the hands to trust. Now, please come here. I'll show you some more variations to this. Variations to the hand clasp. It could be both hands. It could also be one hand here. Or it could also be here. Or it could be here. They all mean the same thing. Don't trust this man. Sit up. The one who shakes hands like this. Okay, politician's handshake. Now this is, I have not seen this hand so far, but आपको कई बार ऐसे लोग मिलेंगे जो ऐसे हाथ में जैसे हाथ में दमी ना मर गया हो. Now you have to again understand. This is a hand that belongs to two categories of people. One is people who are very smart. They don't want you to know कि वो क्या उनकी personality है. बोलते जो करना तू ही कर ले. छोड़ देते हैं. Second is people who are doctors or artists or somebody who uses his fingers to make his living. उसको लगता है पता नहीं कैसे हाथ मिलाएगा, तोड़ दी मेरी उंगली तो मेरी क्या होगी practice का. So he does a very, very soft handshake. This is called a dead fish handshake. Otherwise it is non-committal, but when it is used by artists and surgeons, so you know he's protecting his fingers. That's why I said body language has to be seen as a cluster, as a sentence, and not as a word. Okay? Fine. This is democratic. The first hand that I shook was democratic. Equal handshake. I will accept you at equal grounds, and I want you also to accept me at equal grounds. Nothing. Right? So this is a democratic handshake. Yes. Have you ever seen a symbol like this? Or you just see? What does it mean? Surprise, shock. Okay. What else?
Astonished.
Astonished. Okay. What else?
Amazed.
Amazed. Child telling a lie. When the child is caught eating cookies from a jar, उसकी माँ पकड़ लेती क्या करती है? मैंने तो कुछ नहीं खाया. You cover the face because you don't want people to know that you're eating something. Now this particular habit continues in our life. You remember that famous Miss World pageant where two of our beauties from India did this? One was Aishwarya Rai. You remember that very famous? She did this. What does this mean? Oh, I don't believe what you are saying. Nahi ho sakta ye. Oh, I don't believe it. You cover your face by saying, I don't believe what you're saying. This comes out in various other forms also. I'll show you the other forms as well. Covering the face to hide expressions. The person has grown up slightly, so instead of completely covering the face, you only cover with a finger. This also means the same. You're telling a lie and therefore you're hiding your expressions of the face. Now the same thing could happen once you grow up into a man. Anything that you keep in front of you, whether here or anywhere, is basically to tell people, you should understand this guy is not telling the truth. Okay, and next we come to, this is a very popular, have you ever seen people sitting like this? Okay, let's understand. It's called a hands clenched. Now this shows frustration gestures, signaling, holding back a negative attitude. Okay, now if you see, if your hands get clasped like this, pressing each other with a pressure, that you're trying to hide a negative feeling. Okay, now please understand, इसमें थोड़ा सा फर्क आएगा अभी, जरा से फर्क से. Now this is almost the same thing. You are keeping your hands on the table, but you are clenching them together. So you are basically hiding a negative expression. Now you'll find another one. Yes. What do you see here?
Disciplined.
He seems to be at a place where he is very uncomfortable. Interview में जाते ना जब इंसान nervous है, यहाँ पर हाथ पकड़ रखा है. He is hiding his nervousness, the feelings of negative emotion. Now this is called a raised steeple. आपने कई बार देखा होगा. आपके bosses भी ऐसे बैठते हो.
Deep thinking.
Now this is called raised steeple, and this belongs to a person who is signaling overconfidence. And this is normally used when you talk. The same gesture is used when you listen. Means the same. When you are listening, this is a lower steeple, which means you are very confident. Sometimes you are overconfident. And this also means when you are talking, you use this gesture. There it is. Don't look for anything else in this. That's only a lower steeple which says you're very confident and you feel the other person, whatever he's saying, you are in control. Yes. What is this? This is called a neck scratch. Doubt or uncertainty. There's a particular nerve here at the corner of the neck. When you are uncomfortable, it starts palpitating, because when your blood pressure goes up in a situation, it may be because of a difficult situation, it could be because you're telling a lie or you're caught telling a lie. So there's a palpitation here. So your finger goes here to stop that palpitation. So this is another example when you can catch people either telling a lie or being uncomfortable for whatever reasons. This is called a collar pull. हवा ही नहीं आ रही यार, सांस ही नहीं आ रहा, क्या कर रहे हैं? तो ऐसे खींच के सांस लेना चाहता है. Now why do you want extra सांस, extra oxygen? Because you are uncomfortable in that particular situation. You want little more air coming to you. So that's what you do. This happens when you are breathing fast, your blood pressure has gone up, you are uncomfortable in that situation. So that is what you do here. So it's precisely collar pull is that. Angry, frustration, telling a lie, anything that leads to blood pressure going up, being uncomfortable. Yes, what could this be? Complete boredom यार, देखिए ना शक्ल उसकी क्या हो रही है? Bore हो गई. Somebody do something for her. Yes. Listening all right, but where is the finger? When we think, our finger goes to our temple, which means that we are thinking. Some people keep it here. Depends where your brain is. Okay, so this is what you do. Now please understand there's a very minor difference in critical evaluation and negative critical evaluation. If your hand rests, the chin is rested on the hand, it becomes critical negative evaluation. If it is without resting, then it is critical evaluation but not negative. Right? जैसे अभी आपने ऐसे रेस्ट कर लिया. Right? So this is probably telling me that there is something that you don't agree with.